Do you guys like Spam Musubi? When we were in Hawaii, I posted, if you follow me on Facebook, you saw that we traveled to Hawaii a lot, and Spam Musubi is one of our favorites. And what's so great about Spam Musubi is that you wrap them up, little pockets. I'm going to show you how to make them. They're on the go. They're like a breakfast burrito for Hawaiians. They're ready to go. You can do the seaweed, and I'll talk about the components, either all the way across or just a small piece, and then you wrap them in saran wrap. And the saran wrap kind of helps them to steam. The rice is still warm, and when you wrap it up, it kind of makes everything stick together. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make these. These are amazing. You can serve with bacon and eggs on them, and you know, sky's the limit. So you can totally take these and just go crazy with them. I like to make a sauce, and I'm going to talk about the components and show you how to do it. I want to pair salty, sweet together. Spam is salty. The nori, this is the seaweed paper, really doesn't have much of a flavor if you're not used to it. It just kind of holds it all together. And there's a product called furataki, which is like sesame seeds and seaweed, and you can sprinkle it on. I can't find mine. I don't know if the kids took it or where I put it, but Trader Joe's makes everything but the bagel sesame seasoning, and this works. Or you could do nothing, but again, I digress. We'll go back to that. So Spam Musubi, make them ahead of time, put them in the fridge. The kids grab them, they're great cold, they're great warm, whatever you want to do. This little guy is really filling. In Hawaii, you can pick these up. They're about $2.95-ish, $2.50 to $3, I would say. And although it seems small because it's rice, it just kind of like, it sticks to your gut, and it definitely keeps you full. So anyway, Spam Musubi. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to have sushi rice, and the reason you want sushi rice is obviously you're making like a sushi roll is what you're doing. So Spam Musubi actually originated in the 80s. It's a lady that was making them for her kids. She was a Japanese descendant living in Honolulu. Sushi rice, whatever brand you like. I use a rice cooker. I don't know if you can see back here, but I put it in the rice cooker and just set it and forget it. It's easy to go. So when it comes out, it's sticky. You know, sushi rice is sticky. So I don't have a whole lot here because I already made some, and I just want to kind of show you to make a few. I don't want to bore you making tons and tons and tons of these. So what you need is your sushi rice. You want to have Spam, whatever your flavor preference is. I like teriyaki, so I like teriyaki Spam, but you could do regular. You could do low sodium, whatever you want. You want to have some oyster sauce. You want to have some soy sauce, and you want to have some white sugar. The papers, the roasted seaweed, noris. Okay, and they come in all different kinds, different packs. You get them in like the Asian section of the grocery store, okay? And I'll show you more when we get in there. And then if you like the extra everything but the bagel, seems strange to put this on a non-bagel, but it works. Black sesame seeds would be great. You could do regular sesame seeds. I just like a little something in the rice to flavor it, but again, usually it doesn't have that. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to make the glaze. I already have a pan going here because I already made the glaze. I'm just going to add a new batch to it and just show you how easy this is. Okay, this is super messy. So I have a damp rag here just to kind of, you know, you're working quick and it's messy. All right. Oh, and have some scissors. I forgot to talk about the Musubi mold. So I got my daughter this for Christmas, and I got it off of Amazon, and it's just a non-stick plastic ring with the press. Now, there's no mistake that it is the size of the can. You can actually make this be your mold if you want to. So this was probably like $3 or $4, and I think it's a good investment. I really like this. This one I got is Gabo, G-A-B-O, non-stick, BPA free, we don't have the chemicals, Musubi maker, and I really like it. I started using it for the first time today. I'm like, I like it. I'm not a big gadget person, but I would say this one's good. Okay, so my pan's getting hot. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put the Musubi over here. We're gonna start with some soy sauce. Any brand that you want about 1/4 of a cup. Okay, this is the base to your sauce. So 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. And of course it runs slow. And you're just trying to make a glaze. Okay? And then you want 1/4 of a cup of oyster sauce, and this has sugar in it. You know, it's a base for all like good Asian stir-fry sauces. Okay, so 1/4 of a cup of that. Now that's gonna be really salty and sweet, but you need sugar to counteract that. So it's about just shy of a half of a cup of white sugar. I know it seems like a lot, but there's not a whole lot going on each one. And you could omit this sauce if you don't want it and just make this without it. I like it. Okay, so I just want to get this incorporated. It's just gonna make this really yummy sauce. Again, salty, sweet, okay? So while that's cooking, I'm gonna open up my glorious Spam. I'm gonna move my mold out of the way. I also have a piece of saran wrap. You need saran wrap, cling wrap, something to wrap these in, okay? It just makes life easier. I'm gonna open up my can of glorious Spam. And you know, I don't know who invented this. It tastes like bologna, you know, to me. So I want to cut this in even pieces. I don't want to be stingy, but I want them to be like half of an inch-ish. It's perfect. You want 6 out of that. And if you can see, it's like, you know, they're about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them in this glorious marinade sauce that I'm making. And it's just, they're going to kind of cook. They're going to kind of marinate in there. Some people marinate this beforehand. I don't think it's necessary. I just want to like get this done. You know what I mean? So what you're gonna do is just let that sit in there a little bit. I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little higher because again, I want to get some caramelization going on in there. And this sauce is going to help the nori, the seaweed, kind of stick. It's like a glue, if you will. And I'll show you as we go. Super easy. So when we are in Hawaii, my kids live on us, and I do too. And so very frequently, if we don't go out to breakfast, and we're just like, just grab something on the go. This is what I grab. I grab this and a cup of coffee, and I go sit on a lounge chair with my little hat, my little shades on, and I am ready to go. And I'm telling you, one fills you up, even if you're hungry. I mean, I've seen people order 2. I think one time I ordered 2, I got 3 between Grace and I, so we each got 1, and I thought, well, I'll just get an extra. I never want to be without food. I'm always worried that I'm going to be hungry. So after we ate it, was like, there's no way we could eat another one. So they're just very filling, they're very dense. And again, they're kind of like, they're great for kids, like if they like them in the morning, if they're rushing off, I'd rather give them this than a granola bar. But that's me. I mean, this is process. I'm not saying it's so great for you, but I don't know. It's just, it's not an everyday thing. You just have it occasionally. And for my kids, since we're Hawaii people, we just love it. Like, my daughter is like, it's her favorite thing in the world. Okay, so these have cooked enough. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down the heat, and I'm gonna start to show you how to make the nori. Actually, I'm gonna move this plastic here so you can see. So you can do this several ways, and I'm gonna show you both ways. So these sheets come out, and there are 2 sides. One side, so you see the light, I'm gonna put a light on, so one side is shiny, and one side's kind of like thicker and has more texture. You want the shiny side down, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna have some food grade scissors, and you're gonna cut these in half. And they are already kind of perforated, but just whatever shape you wanna do. And you can get really creative with these. And I'll show you, if you want them to be prettier. These, to make them look more like sushi rolls, I just did 1 band in the middle. Now, of course, this makes it a little messier to eat. So if you're making these for like on the go, it's probably better to put the nori all the way around it, but it's not as pretty. We eat with our eyes. And I think these are really cute, don't you? Don't tell me you don't. All right. So I'm gonna take one that I'm not using and get it out of the way. I'm gonna lay my plastic wrap down. That just makes it so much easier. You don't have to do it this way, but it's just easier. And you wanna be careful not to get that nori wet because it will stick to everything. I'm gonna take my mold, I'm just gonna center it on the middle of my green sheet of seaweed. I'm gonna take my sushi rice, which is really sticky, and I'm just gonna put about half-ish. To me, the worst thing is the ratio when there's so much rice. And I did do a couple different depths of sushi rice in there just so you could see. I'm gonna take this and push it down really hard. Okay, I'm compacting the rice and making it just really, really small. So I'm doing this one with not a whole lot of rice. I'm gonna go ahead and add this everything but the bagel or furutake. If you ever are in the store, just ask for furutake, and it has the nori in it and different black sesame seeds. It's just delicious, but we're using this because, adds a little bit of color. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna pick it up just so you can see I just sprinkled just a little bit of that in there, okay? So I'm gonna lay that back down. I'm gonna go ahead and push this back up, and this comes right off. So I just have a small pat of rice on here. I'll lift that up. This is the diet roll, not so much rice. And that for me, I would rather not have so much rice because it's fattening, and it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like when you go to get a sushi roll, there's so much rice. I guess if you're feeding kids, then they probably like that. I'm gonna fish out one of my pieces of Spam. You can see, and it's got a glaze on it, and it's kind of dripping down the side. See how pretty that is? And then I'm just gonna take my nori, and I'm just gonna wrap this baby up, okay? And it just kind of sticks into that glaze, super easy. And then there's some kind of peeled out, and it just sticks, okay? Bada boom, bada bing, it picks up. But what you wanna do is wrap it in saran wrap. The saran wrap steams it, and it makes everything like cohesive. And you have this nice little bundle of love, okay? So let me show a few other ways to make them, a few other designs. So what you can do is you can cut it into fourths. So I'm gonna cut this piece, the half piece, into 2 more slices. So this is like more of a designer look. I'm gonna put my mold right over the middle, like I showed you before. Get your sushi rice, push it in there. Okay, I'll do a little bit more rice in this one, it's gonna be the medium diet one. And I'm gonna push it down, okay? Doesn't need to be a big deal. I'm gonna add a little bit more of my seasoning on there. So again, whatever you wanna do, just a little bit. I don't wanna add like a lot of salt. Okay, I'm gonna pop my mold off. I'm gonna take a piece of Spam. And I'd like to use this little spatula. I don't know if you guys have a smaller size, it's all dripping. But this really helps because it's like thinner. Okay, line it up. And again, I'm gonna push it on there. Again, it's whatever you wanna do. Okay, and I did put plastic wrap under that because I was all involved talking to you. It's not too late, don't stress. Pull it out. The great thing about these is this will pop right up. Put my saran wrap down and wrap it up. Okay? So easy. You can even take the sesame seeds at the end and just put some sesame seeds on the top if you want to. Just a little bit, just get it a little toasty. And of course, if you had black ones, it would be really pretty to have the black and the white together. And you're gonna wrap this up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay? Breakfast, lunch, on the go, snack, whatever you want to do. You want to have soy sauce, oyster sauce, and white sugar. If you don't like these ingredients, you can omit them completely. You can do something else. If you've got like a teriyaki that you like, you can just use it out of the bottle. I mean, guys, sky's the limit. You want to take your Spam and divide it into about 6 even slices. You can use the bottom of your Spam can, or I like this Gabo non-stick, non-BPA free little sushi mold. And I think it just makes it easier. It's slightly bigger at the top, smaller at the bottom. You're gonna take your roasted seaweed sheets. They come in packs, very easy to get. And you're gonna cut them at least in half for these, or you could do them in fourths, whatever you decide to do. On there, a fried egg would be amazing on here. So just keep in mind, there's so many things you can do, and the nori will kind of stick. So if you make them really fat because you're adding an egg and a slice of cheese, I don't know what you're doing, but you could seriously do like an egg with cheese, and it would be delicious. If you need to add 2 strips, just kind of put them on your saran wrap, make a strip, and kind of, don't lick your finger, but use a little sauce. It'll glue them together, and then you lay it out, and then make your sushi. And then if you need to have that depth, the longer piece to make it work, it will. I'm telling you, once you have Spam Musubi, you'll never go back. It's delicious, it's fun, it's easy to eat, and ready to go.